What's up, guys? Keegan here with RockstarDreams.com, and I'm hanging with Richard Rogers, lead singer of Secrets.
Yeah.
You guys are about to go on a tour, actually just kicking off your tour here at the Boardwalk in Sacramento, California. How rad is that?
It's pretty awesome. Sac is actually kind of a second-ish home to us. I've lived like pretty close to here for a while, and our other vocalist is actually from Sac, so it's good to be here for sure.
Nice. Now, your guys' tour is named Everything That Got Us Here, which is also the title of your new album. Us here at RockstarDreams.com, we love sharing rad backstories about bands like you, that it's not about the lifestyle, the success itself, but it's really about the drive, dream, and kind of that grind and everything that it took to get here. And I don't think most fans really see all the hard work that goes into making an album or putting together a tour like this. Can you kind of touch on your journey thus far and kind of what's next?
Thus far. So basically one memory comes into mind. Our first record that we ever recorded, so we slept in an RV park in a tent in Florida for a month straight. We drove our van out there. It's like, all the way on the other side of the nation. And then for a whole month we were in Florida sleeping in a tent. So, yeah, it's rough. So that was part of everything that got us here. And then,
It's not all four-star hotels, kids.
Yeah, no.
Pay attention here.
The next record, though, we did get a hotel. It was a really bad hotel, but it was at least not in the rain, because Florida is pretty rainy. But yeah, so... yeah, gradually we've just progressed and kept working, and third record we're like, let's name it Everything That Got Us Here, and let's tell some stories of what got us here and about some of the people that helped get us here, and just a lot of things in our lives that got us here.
Nice. Now, it's fitting that you guys happen to sign with Rise Records. What is it about Rise that, whether it's their leadership team, marketing, their culture there, that, bands kind of are attracted to, and you really felt that they were going to be a home for you?
At the time, we were definitely very fitting for Rise Records, and I don't know what it was. For some reason, when I first started a band, like, in this genre, I was like, dude, if we got signed to Rise, that would be the best. And we did end up getting signed to Rise. There's actually Velocity Records and Rise, so it was an imprint of Rise, but we're basically a Rise band. But and also another factor was Dave Shapiro was the owner of Velocity, and he's the one who came to us, and we just heard he's like one of the biggest booking agents. So it's like there's a lot of incentive to sign to Rise for sure.
Nice. Now, before we get too deep into this record, let's talk about the doo-wop intro for a second there. That was probably the last thing we expected when we're about to dive into a metalcore, post-hardcore record. So kind of talk about the tongue-in-cheek joke there, and just giving shout out to your family, friends, and fans.
Yeah. Wait, talk about the song specifically?
Just your intro is kind of hilarious, kicking it off.
Yeah, so that's kind of why I did it, because nobody really does that in this genre. And I'd heard so many bands do it, like Ben Gibbard from Death Cab for Cutie. He did a solo album, and he starts out with an acapella thing. And I was like, dude, it's genius. So yeah, I just recorded on my phone while walking around on like a 4-track recorder. I was like, this is kind of like what sets it off for the whole album, just thanking everyone involved, It's good. Nice.
And obviously, Rise Up, a really powerful song to kick things off. It's just talking about, fighting for your dream at all costs. But it seems like there's kind of an anti-bullying undertone or message there, and maybe the video is a little reflective of that. Can you kind of talk about the metaphor behind that song?
It's exactly what it is, Rise Up. Like, I wrote it to be kind of... to where anybody could listen and be like, I want to rise up for this. I want to do something for this, like anti-bullying. And because I didn't write it about anti-bullying. I wrote it about, like, me pushing forward through music, but everybody has a reason to need to push through something. So that's, like, the anthem song.
Nice, yeah. I mean, that message seems like it really transcends throughout the record. And, sometimes when you listen to a metalcore genre or hardcore genre, it kind of takes you down a really dark path. Even though you guys have heavy guitars and heavy vocals and screamo at times, you really kind of keep that consistent kind of positive message throughout the record.
Yeah, we're pretty positive people. We've been through it, but like the cool thing about all of the people in the band is like we see that we can get past whatever's put in front of us. And I don't really like a lot of dark music too much, but we write a lot of dark music. But then, I try to bring it up with, like, my lyrics or just my singing, I guess. I got kind of a high voice at times.
And I just happened to stumble into their sound check here and got a glimpse of Left Behind. And if you haven't heard this song yet on the record, it's absolutely massive. You know, the drummer was just crushing it behind the kit. Just a really powerful song to see it live. So I can't wait to see it tonight when you guys are actually in full gear. Can you kind of talk about that song a little bit?
That song, okay, this song has a really good backstory actually. Okay, so my wife just got surgery, I think about a year ago when I was writing the song. So she was in surgery and I wasn't touring, I was writing the record. And to like live, she couldn't work anymore. So I went and worked her job. She was working in a bed and breakfast at the time. So I was cleaning toilets and stuff. And like I was like writing the record, cleaning toilets, you know, at this bed and breakfast, taking care of my wife, and also writing our acoustic album renditions. And so I'm just really in a toilet, and I'm like gonna write this song, Left Behind, and that's kind of what it's about. I just felt extremely like the world was just like, you know, you're not gonna do it, you're screwed. You're in the hole right now, and I'm just like, well, yeah, a little bit, but I'll get out.
That's awesome. You found a way to make it happen, regardless. Yeah. Cool. What advice do you have for you know, other bands that are kind of scratching and clawing right now, trying to turn the corner, either get signed or stay DIY, and you know, really just trying to get their voice heard and music out there?
Just don't quit. that's about it. I've like thought of quitting a lot, but just keep going and market yourself well too. That's a big part. There's so much inner working that you need that I'm the last person to give, you know, advice on. But yeah, get a good manager and a good booking agent.
There you go.
Don't suck.
Don't suck. Make sure you have great songs, by the way.
Yeah. Don't be like us. Don't do that.
You guys are rad. Richard, appreciate the time, my man. Really looking forward to seeing your guys set tonight. Be sure to catch Secrets on tour with Palisades. They're also their label mates. And be sure to check out the record, Everything That Got Us Here, on iTunes. Thanks for watching RockstarDreams.com.